Alrighty, this is just We the People News. One more time at it, okay? Not attorney, not giving legal advice. Anything I say or do is just my opinion only, okay? Some of these things I'm led to believe and do believe that it may be true, okay? I got lost. Oh, well, I'm not going to go through all this and start all over. So, just use the Second Amendment, arm yourself with knowledge, and quit going by hearsay. Okay, do your own research. That way, if you ever need to file a bar grievance, judicial branch grievance, if you need to sign a petition and go petition the governor and all of them of the violation of due process has been involved in your state, like the state of fucking Texas, okay, most criminal status. Some of you guys has heard, if you've been with me for a long, long time, okay, the Article 6, Title 4 USC, Section 101, and then it goes in the category 23, okay? This is what I'm talking about with previous, and for you guys to know, the main oath of office back in first Congress, as the first statute, right? This right here, the oath of office, today still stands. Now it's under the USC, okay, something like that now. He'll show us, but it still stands as the first Congress. Now it's not supposed to have any religious texts and all this kind of stuff, and there may be a couple of things I'm wrong about this. It's been a while since I researched it and all that. But I have never ever seen any government officials have Title 4 Section 101. Okay? And it's supposed to be with their full legal birth name. For Trump, right? Donald John Trump is what's supposed to be on the office. Why? So there is no fake name involved. It's clearly established for anybody that may be another Donald Trump in, 3,000 years from now. Or Biden and all that, right? Or your cops is supposed to have it. Every single member of your government officials in the state you live in is supposed to have this, okay? Period. And nobody's doing it. They follow, there's your state's constitution. And California changed it where don't you say you have to follow the Constitution. So police officers just ignore the Constitution all the time. But this is the main one that everybody is supposed to do. And I still go before 1947, there was no really administrative deal. So I'm saying that since you're getting paid and you're trying to confiscate my kids and all that kind of stuff, CPS must sign it, right? Because they're going under the guise of working for the government, okay? And if they're not doing this, this is one of the simplest lies they've done to us. And if it's such a minor thing of an oath of office, how much are they truly lying to us? All right, this will be the People News. Going to proceed forward on this, okay? Oh, by the way, this is Rob Ryder with 3 B's. He said one time it was an accident, but he's not going to change it. But it's ROBBB, RYDER. He's got a lot of great contents. Again, I'm not going to show everything. Now, this may be a 4-piece video because I think it's that important of oath. Okay? There's going to be a 2 in this section. Then there's another 2 in another section. Okay? Let's go.
They haven't taken the proper oath. They have no authority.
Let's try that again.
Hey, everyone. It's Rob Ryder. On 1/15/2017, January 15th, 2017, the first sentence of the first section of the first statute of the First Congress, signed into law 1 June 1789, states that the oath or affirmation required by the 6th article of the Constitution of the United States shall be administered in the form following, to wit, I, A.B., do solemnly swear or affirm, as the case may be, that I will support the Constitution of the United States. I'll show you where that comes from. That is what this...
Now, right there, does it say, so help me God? Does it say the state? Does it say anything? Or does it say, support the Constitution of the United States above all else? Right? And I understand it's a nitpicky thing about so help me God, because I happen to be a believer. Some of you guys are not. However, that's not what the law says. Okay? George Washington actually started that. They did the thingamajig, and then he said, so help me God. But that was for him. That is not supposed to be in the oath. That was for him personally, saying, so help me God, I'm going to do what I'm, the Constitution. That's a personal thing.
Law, written into the First Congress, says. And so if somebody doesn't have this oath subscribed on a certificate, they haven't taken the proper oath, they have no authority whatsoever at any level, because they're not within the sovereign structure of the federal government, federal state government, either way, because they all have to take it. And we'll show you where that comes from. But it talks about Article 6. So what did Article 6 say? Well, the Article 6 said two great things: that this Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land. And the judges in every state shall be bound to abide anything in the constitutional laws of the state, to the contrary, notwithstanding. And so if this is the law, 1 Stat 23, then they don't have any choice. If they don't have that oath, they're not an officer under the Constitution of the United States. Therefore, they can't enforce the laws of the state or of the several states. The senators and representatives before mentioned, and the members of the several state legislatures, and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound, shall, by oath or affirmation, to support this Constitution. But
Let's stop right there again. All right. Now it says executive, right? Well, that's cops. They're executive branch. So the cops have to sign this as well, people. Your sheriff, your local cops, your local township, everybody.
no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. Lots of shalls. And
There it is, y'all. No religious text. And the reason why I think that is just because as for, any particular religion, non-religion or whatever, it can be a president, and they're not really forcing the religious aspects on the oath of office. But, and as long as it's not on the oath, and as long as it's on the oath, that oath is null and void automatically. Okay? Now, they can say, so help me God, but, as they've been sworn in, I'm led to believe and do believe, but as long as it's on the oath, it's null and void.
And so shall means shall, brother. When it says shall, you need to do it. And whatever shall is what shall is. And shall says that the laws of the United States are the supreme law of the land. And this law says that this is the oath that satisfies the 6th article of the Constitution. The oath that's normally said is found in 5 U.S.C. 3331, oath of office, in which it says, an individual, except the president, elected or appointed to an office of honor or profit, right? So it's a particular office. It's an office of honor or an office of profit. And the civil service or uniformed services shall take the following oath. Shall. IAB, to solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office of which I am about to enter. So help me God. This section does not affect other oaths required by law. So no matter if you take 5, you still got to go take this one. In fact, you had to do this one first. What else? Now, if you listen to when the senators or the congressmen are supposed to be given the oath, they're not the ones saying this, right? You are supposed to, I, Robert Allen Rutluski, the person taking the oath needs to say it, not say, do you solemnly swear or affirm? And have you say, I do. That isn't what the oath is. Man's supposed to sit up there and say, I state your name. And you say, I, Robert Allen Rutluski, or whatever your name is, do solemnly swear or affirm. You need to say those words, or it's not the proper oath. The point being, this oath isn't properly administered to the Congress. Hang on just a second. So this law, it'd be good to find it this way, maybe. It's called, because it has a name, right? It was an act. It's an act to regulate the time and manner of administering certain oaths. You can find it on Wikipedia. If you just put in enough of those words, you'll find it on Wikipedia. An act to regulate the time and manner of administering certain oaths. It's also known as 1 Stat 23, 1 STAT 23. Whatever you need to do to find it. But if you find it on Wikipedia, they have a link that'll take you to a copy that you can download, which, hey, that might be useful if you had a court case. Which is the idea with this video, is to say, hey, let's go take this oath. Let's take this law and say, hey, if you don't have this oath, you don't have any power. Right? And I'm going to file a complaint that this is a violation of my civil liberties based on the fact that you don't have a properly executed oath, so you don't have an office. The Constitution says you have to have it.
And I go to, since they don't have this oath, and any man that's been in jail is kidnapping and held for ransom unlawfully because they don't have the oath. And since the cops arrest you, they're the one that kidnapped you since they didn't have the oath. Right? I don't have the oath. If I go and kidnap somebody, I go to prison. Well, if they don't have the oath, they just kidnap somebody.
So it's a constitutional crisis if they haven't taken the proper oath. And for that reason, I filed a complaint with the Office of the Inspector General. But on Wikipedia, it says an act to regulate the time and manner of administering certain oaths was the first law passed by Congress assembled after the ratification of the U.S. Constitution. Well, hey, that'd be the first Congress. It was signed by President George Washington on June 1st, 1789. And parts of it remain in effect to this day. Yeah, all parts. The House of Representatives reached its first quorum on April 1st, 1789. 5 days later, it appointed a committee to draft a bill.
And so for clarification, right, they said parts of it may still apply today, and he said it does apply. That's because they never ratified it. They never canceled it. And if it's never been canceled, then it still stands as true in facts.
Blah, they had some words, IAB, representative. And they took the words out, and there you go. And so, like I said, and this will give you all sorts of good little information you might want to know about that act. But let's go look at what it was in conjunction with what I filed to the Office of the Inspector General. Why did you say that? Okay. And so, Inspector General action request from Robert Allen Rutluski. That'd be my full legal name. Staff Sergeant. 374-506794. I'm a status of a veteran. I'm using the the IG office at the Michigan National Guard as my unit's address and my phone number. But I want it mailed to me, right? So I just as soon do it this way. Robert Allen Rudlewski, since they say, what is your preferred mailing address? Well, this is my preferred mailing address. Robert Allen Rudlewski, Surrey Jurist, care of, all caps, Robert Allen Rudlewski, 10955 14 Railroad Northeast, Rockford, Michigan, 49341. Zip code. Anyway, sent a flash message to President-elect Trump and Joint Chiefs of Staff on state of emergency caused by the failure of alleged members and members-elect of the 15th Congress to recite and subscribe the constitutionally mandated oath of office found in an act to regulate the time and manner of administering oaths signed into law June 1st, 1789. The 6th article of the Constitution. Well, this is information pertaining to this request. Background. Use additional sheets if necessary. I'm going to get it on one. The 6th article of the Constitution of the United States states the senators, representatives aforementioned, and the members of the several state legislatures and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support the Constitution, but no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. The oath of office that specifically satisfies the 6th article is found in an act to regulate the time and manner of administering certain oaths, 51 Stat 23, wherein is stated that the oath or affirmation required by the 6th article of the Constitution of the United States shall be administered in the form following, to wit, I state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm, as the case may be, that I will support the Constitution of the United States. I concluded it as an attachment. This was not the oath of office publicly administered on 03 January 2017 to alleged members-elect of both houses, and no other oath of office is acceptable, leaving the 15th Congress vacated and unable to legislate. Documentary evidence of this constitutional crisis can be found by reviewing the 03 January 2017 Journal of the House or Congressional Record of the same day, within which is the official record, an online video record of House and Senate representatives that day. Notice, this constitutional oath of office, 1-23, has to have been administered to and subscribed by the Chief Justice of the United States, because all executive and judicial officers of the United States have to have taken it, for this individual who, well, that would be the Chief Justice of the United States, to validly administer an oath of office to President-elect Trump. To simulate this authority would be a treason. To simulate this authority would be an act of treason. One more time for a trifecta. To simulate this authority would be an act of treason. It is my belief that members of the several states legislature and all executive and judicial officers, both the United States and of the several states, have not been administered nor subscribed this constitutionally mandated oath of office, leaving them impotent to execute the laws of the United States or adjudicate proceedings pertaining to them, unless they have a validating document, as prescribed by law, talks about a certificate, to enforce the laws of the United States. They are not officers of the United States and the several states. They are instead domestic terrorists, and I demand the United States military protect the inhabitants of the United States from their lawless acts. I'm dead serious. You either get a proper oath or you're a domestic terrorist. I demand that the military.
All right, we're going to stop right there. Right? Because I can't even say they're acting. They're making a claim they're a president, but they don't have nothing backing it up. I can make a claim I'm a president. Doesn't mean I'm a president. I can make a claim I'm a Senate. Doesn't mean I'm a Senate. I can act as one as well. I can do all these things. Okay? Just saying. This way the people news. Bye, y'all.